way. These things are never to be forgotten. The love of Jesus and its constraining power is to be kept fresh in memory. Then she says, 661. Pride and self-worship cannot flourish in the heart that keeps fresh in memory the sins of Calvary. Again in 660, she says, desire of ages. She says it's only by receiving the life that was poured out for us at Calvary's cross that we can live the life of holiness. Friends, I don't know no other way for victory over sin. The foundation for it, we must behold Jesus. Must. Keep fresh in memory. I conclude with my quotation. Volume 1, 137. Let's see if you can remember this, but it's pertinent to fresh in memory. It's talking about those why they're unsanctified, why they're unconsecrated. She's going to repeat a phrase often in connection with Calvary. They forget the sufferings of the ancient Christians for the truth's sake, and they think that they must have their wishes and way and follow their own will. They forget the suffering of Jesus, their master. They forget the man of sorrows who was acquainted with grief, who had nowhere to lay his head. They do not care to remember that holy brow pierced with the crown of thorns. They forget him who, bearing his own cross to Calvary, fainted beneath its burden. Not merely the burden of the wooden cross, but the heavy burden of the sins of the world was upon him. They forget the cruel nails driven through his tender hands and feet, and his expiring, agonizing cries, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? When she talks about the unconsecrated person, what does she keep repeating? They forget. Meaning they once let me say, if you forget something, it means that you once knew it. So it's not that they've never ever looked at Calvary. It's not that they've never ever seen Jesus dying through the eye of faith. They have seen it, but they forget. And that's why they're unconsecrated. Friends, if we're going to be saved, the gospel must take hold of our memory. It must grab our thoughts and grab our attention. If there's anything that has our attention more than the gospel, we are not in a saving relationship. We are not. May God help us, friends, help me, help you, help us to develop this humility. This humility is central to Calvary.